Breaking news, just in, court frees 24 IPOB members after 4 years of detention. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wonderful people, lovers of freedom all over the world. Wherever you're joining us from today, you're highly welcome to this wonderful YouTube platform that gives you quality news and information on everything happening in Biafran territory. Yes, I came with a very good news today. Proud of you hours to the final judgment of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, which will be a historic one. The good news is already coming in. The zoo knows that they've been defeated, and every country is looking forward to tomorrow's case, which will be coming up in few hours. We'll be giving you back-to-back information on that. But the news coming to us currently, as I'm talking to you, is that the Federal High Court in Ebonyi State has released over 24 members of the indigenous people of Biafra that have been held for over 4 years. It is a very big news, a big one at that. Now let us give you this news in detail as the matter come to us straight up. The news. A high court in Ebonyi State has ordered the release of 24 members of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, after they were held in detention for 4 years. The ruling on Thursday marks a significant development in the ongoing legal proceedings involving the group. The 24 IPOB members were discharged and acquitted by Justice I.P. Chima of Ebonyi State High Court. It was gathered that they were among the last batch of the IPOB detainees out of the 36 held since May 4, 2020. Meanwhile, their lawyer and human rights activist Ifeanyi Ejiofor confirmed their freedom in a statement titled "Justice Delayed but Never Denied." I hope we'll be getting the same information concerning Mazi Nnamdi Kanu later today. According to him, the ruling followed the preliminary objection, which highlighted the brazen violation of their fundamental rights, particularly the constitutionally guaranteed protection against double jeopardy enshrined under Section 36(9) of the 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria as amended. Ejiofor said the sacred principle auto fois acquit stipulates that no person shall be tried again for an offense in respect of which they have previously been acquitted. And that is that on this important information. It is a good one. And let me tell you, that news is trending currently. It is trending currently. Yes, because a lot is going to come out from this news. But I want to read a very brief article. And I want you to listen to this particular article because the zoo will be on the spotlight. On the spotlight for the whole world to see their, atrocious way, their corruption. If they miss it, by keeping Nnamdi Kanu still in detention, there will be a lot of problems. I can assure you that. Forget about what you've known and how you've known the zoo, and how other international communities have failed to participate in the issue of the zoo government and the activities of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's court trial. Forget about how they've been handling it. But the reality is that something good is going to come out tomorrow. I can feel it all over my body. Yes, and I will be here to be the first to break the important news concerning the immediate release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because I know fully well that he will be released tomorrow. So there will be a great shout of joy in Biafran land. Please anticipate, because we'll be giving you that information back to back. Now let us go straight up to this important information. As IPOB have said, Nigeria is on a global spotlight because the world will be watching and will be waiting for that final judgment in few hours. The indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, has reminded the Nigerian judiciary of the implication of not adhering to a fair trial of its leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Spokesperson of the group, Emma Powerful, in a statement released to journalists, noted that the judiciary should be wary of the Kenyan High Court verdict as it comes as its trial of Kanu. Powerful said, at this pivotal juncture in the political and legal persecution of our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, it is necessary to remind the bench, particularly the Honorable Court of Justice Omotosho, that the world is watching. With the recent courageous judgment of the Kenyan High Court declaring Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's abduction and extraordinary rendition illegal under Kenya and international law, there is now a renewed global spotlight on how this case is being conducted in Nigeria. He went further. In his words, he said, the elephant in the room, which the federal government and its legal agent desperately avoid addressing, is this. How did Mazi Nnamdi Kanu come to be before a federal high court in Abuja for alleged offenses purportedly committed in the United Kingdom and Kenya? This is a very critical question. You know that injustice, is one watchword of the zoo. But this time around, one thing I can promise you is that they are not going scot-free in this one. Emma Powerful went further to say in his words, the fundamental doctrine of double criminality enshrined in Section 70C's 1D 3 of the Terrorism Prevention and Prohibition Act 2022 strips this court of jurisdiction unless the Nigerian government can establish through the competent court in Kenya that the said offenses are also crimes under Kenya law. This is the legal threshold that must be crossed before Justice Omotosho can even contemplate entertaining the substance of the so-called charges. Instead, we are confronted with a judicial absurdity, one that calls into question the integrity of Nigeria's legal system. A man abducted at gunpoint, tortured, and smuggled into Nigeria in blatant violation of local and international law is now expected to answer to charges before a court that refuses to ask him the only question that matters. By what law and process did he get here? Powerful queried. He continued, attempt to lean on the Supreme Court's controversial ruling, which remitted the matter to the High Court, is a constitutional dead end. The Nigerian public and international legal community must now ask, on what Nigerian law did those justices base their decision that condones cross-border criminal abduction and torture? None. The truth is, no law in Nigeria supports abduction from foreign jurisdiction and forced presentation before a court without recourse to extradition to the satisfaction of the double criminality requirement. Let us also remind this nation of the case of Mohammed Diko. I remember that, he kidnapped from Niger Republic and rendition to Nigeria in violation of due process, in a ruling that still stands as a locus classicus. The Supreme Court of Nigeria held that no one should be kidnapped abroad and brought before a Nigerian court. Let me even, finalize this thing, because there is no need going deeper and deeper with so much grammars, clarifying something that is, real for everybody to see. The fact still remains. No matter how you want to look at it, no matter how, from any view, from any point whatsoever, you want to look at this high level of criminality, the fact still remains that Nigeria committed a crime against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from every ramifications of the law, both locally, both internationally, both domestic. Anyhow, if there is any extra law, let me know. That is just the truth. That is the fact. In fact, he has no business being tried, in this whole case. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu would have been long released. Everything is pointing against the Zoo government. But the big question is, will they continue, will the judiciary continue in its illegality, or will they stand out for once and speak the truth through Justice Omotosho? It is a very critical, issue or decision or verdict, as the case may be tomorrow. But one thing is assured: a verdict and a judgment will be given concerning Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and we'll be here to break that information. Please go to the comment section and give your own input concerning this matter. Please make sure you share and also remind someone that they should stay tuned, because we'll be giving you the information of Nnamdi Kanu's court trial tomorrow. God bless you.
Today being the 12th of July of 2025, we have a lot of interesting and rather very surprising news and updates to share with you in this video briefing. Yes, Mr. Simon, sometime in the Pajame District Court, was questioned and asked about his Twitter page as an instrument in spreading propaganda in Nigeria. Yes, the Pajame District Court, through the prosecuting lawyer, asked Simon a very tricky question regarding his X or Twitter page, and the responses that came from Simon will definitely blow your mind. This is something you wouldn't want to miss at this particular point in time, because Simon has schooled the Pajame District Court. Simon has schooled the prosecuting lawyer, and as we stand, things are looking very, very good for him in the Pajame District Court. And like I said, these conversations were had some time back and not today. Today is a Saturday. We're moving on swiftly. We also have news and article coming from the country of Finland, but this time around it's not connected with Simon. Yes, this is a different news about an individual that was unalived by a policeman in Helsinki regarding a particular matter that played out in that city. Well, in this video, I'll be giving you a full and detailed exposure and expose of every single thing that you need to know and understand. Well, we also have a news coming from the country of Canada. As we speak, the Canadian judge has called the whole of Nigerian police department as evil force. Nothing Musa no go see forget. Yes, the Canadian judge has outrightly called out the Nigerian police force. Why? Why is a judge domiciled in Canada calling out Nigerian's police force? In this video, I'll be giving you a full and detailed breakdown. We are moving on swiftly. A movie shot and directed by an Igbo man is set to break series of records in Nigeria. In this video, I'll be giving you full analysis of every single thing you need to know about this movie, the title of the movie, when this movie will be aired in cinemas, and how it's going to definitely break a lot of records in Nigeria. Well, in this video, we also have an update regarding the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Yes, we received an update from the desk of traditional rulers in Nigeria, or a southeastern region of Nigeria. These guys came together and they have made a demand presented to Bola Tinubu. In this video, I'll be giving you a full revelation of every single thing had and discussions had about this particular matter. Well, an individual in Nigeria claims he has 1 million naira and he wants to start a business. Should we tell him? Well, an individual in Nigeria have 1 million naira and he wants to start a full-fledged, profitable business, and is asking Nigerians to advise him on the business he should delve into. Well, in this video, I'll be giving you clarity on that particular topic. We also received a notification coming from the government of Ghana. Yes, these guys have done something that Nigerians government cannot do or will never do at this particular point in time. Yes, the government of Ghana has sent a decisive message to the president of the USA in regards of a particular policy that has been placed or implemented in Ghana. This is something you definitely have to see at this particular point in time, so stick around to find out. As I speak, the governor of Anambra State, in the person of Charles Soludo, has done something remarkable in the state. He has kicked off a project that will go a long way, a project that will definitely help people of Anambra State, Imo State, and possibly River State. The question is, what has the governor of Anambra State put off? Well, in this video, I'll be giving you a full and detailed clarity. Moving on swiftly, we received a news coming from India, where a father, unalived his daughter. Why? Why will a father unalive his daughter? This video will give you full details regarding that particular case. And lastly, we have a revelation coming from Aso Rock that will definitely put everybody on their toe. With all of that being said, let's kickstart this video with our very first update. As mentioned in the start of this video, a Canadian judge has called out the Nigerian police force and has labeled them as evil force. At the same time, this judge in Canada has denied a residence permit to an ex-corporal. Well, for clarity and for a better understanding, take a look at this news article coming from the People's Gazette. It states, Canadian judge calls Nigerian police evil force, denies permanent residency to ex-corporal. This article also went a step further to give us more clarity, where it states, Justice Vienne Roy of the Federal Court of Canada, Ottawa, denied Monday Ayengba Iriato, a former corporal of Nigeria Police Force, a permanent resident in Canada, on grounds of his association with the force, which he accused of being corrupt. Having been denied permanent residency by Immigration, Refugees and Citizenship Canada, the IRCC, Mr. Iriato proceeded to court to seek judicial redress. The judge said the Nigerian police had a policy requirement for officers to a list of offences, as you can clearly see on your screen. Well, Mr. Iriato, as a member of the police force, was complicit in those crimes because he could not have been unaware of the repeated and systematic acts of violence and torture. The Canadian judge stated, wow, this is a massive one coming from Canada. I love the way and manner Canada has been dealing with top individuals in Nigeria. Yes, these guys have denied a permanent residency to an ex-corporal, an individual who served in the Nigerian police force. He left Nigeria and wants to travel to Canada and get a permanent residency. But as we speak, his application has been denied. This is a massive one, and kudos to the Canadian government and judicial system. Moving on swiftly, something played out in Helsinki a couple of hours back that we all need to see and understand. Yes, something played out in Helsinki that Dr. Ngozo Raboise has used as a key point to cite her examples. Well, showing right now on your screen is an article coming from Yale. Yale happens to be one of the biggest media outlets domiciled in the country of Finland. This article reads, Police unalive a man in Helsinki. Anna Manilachi, who lives nearby, says unrest in the area has increased. Well, for clarity, take a look at this article still coming from Yale. It states, on Saturday morning, the police received a report of a man who was moving with a bladed weapon in the stairway of a house in Alparijo. When the police arrived at the scene, the man fled to the roof of the building. According to the police, the man did not obey the police's orders and began to approach the police with a knife, at which point the police used a taser. When that didn't stop the man either, the police used a gun, and the man passed on immediately on that spot. And this happened today being a Saturday, a couple of hours back in Helsinki, the capital city of Finland. This is a breaking news, and as we speak, the Deputy Prime Minister of the USB movement has used this as a form of citation. Yes, she claims that the Finnish police are very brutal in their manner of approach. She also linked this whole situation to when Simon was arrested together with 4 other individuals in Finland, Lahti to be precise. She claimed that the Finnish police did not respect the fundamental human rights of the individuals arrested at that point in time. And now she used this incident to further portray her point about the human rights abuse in Finland. But what do we think of this whole situation? Well, in the Western world, if anybody is wielding any form of arm and you're approaching a policeman, the policeman has all the rights in this world, in that country, to unalive you at the spot. You don't approach a policeman with any form of arm. Yes, you don't. What you should do is obey and listen to their instructions. If you're asked to raise your hands up, you do that. If you're asked to kneel down, go on your knees, you do that. But approaching a police officer with any form of arm will lead to unaliving at that particular spot, which is legal in the Western world, unlike in Nigeria, which the case probably can be different. So in this particular case, the Finnish police here did what he was supposed to do, based out of the law in their policing regulations. Anyways, moving on swiftly, let's take a look at our next update, the next briefing we have for you in this video coverage. Yes, a man claims he has 1 million naira in his bank account as we speak, and this man plans on starting up a new business venture in Nigeria. So he's asking Nigerians to please advise him on the business he can kickstart with 1 million naira. Well, interestingly, a lot of Nigerians came up to give their own suggestions and drop their opinions. Some were very, very interesting in nature. Some was insultive, while some were a full-fledged sarcasm. Well, showing right now on your screen is a comment from a user known as Open Air. He states, selling gadgets is lucrative too. Try getting a Shaw plug in the computer village in your state. Take pictures of his gadgets, upload online and everywhere you can. Sell and make your gain. Save up your profits plus the 1 million you have now. Then when it amounts to something, you can start ordering in too and sell directly to your customers. This is a nice one. A different user states, silver extraction from waste products will fetch you more money. Well, the whole conversations went on and on. A lot of Nigerians were sarcastic in nature. They were like, 1 million cannot do anything for you at this particular point in time, while others were highly positive in nature. Well, just in case you at home have 1 million naira, you want to go into business, you want to invest it into a business. Showing right now on your screen are listings of business. You can definitely start with 1 million naira. Well, this is not a financial advice. This is just a personal opinion. Do well to screenshot this part of the video or pause this part of the video to read up and understand. Well, moving on swiftly, we have a quick update on the case of Nnamdi Kanu. As we speak, some Igbo leaders have written to the federal government of Nigeria regarding the case of Nnamdi Kanu. Well, showing right now on your screen is an article coming from Vanguard that will give you a full picture of the conversations had. It states, Igbo elders demand unconditional release of Nnamdi Kanu. The article also went a step further to give us full updates, where it states, in a statement signed by Justice Alpha, who is the UNIEX Director General, and Professor Obasi Igwe, Director of Media and Publicity, the group announced the constitution of a 7-man delegation drawn from its 24-member National Advisory Council to pay a solidarity visit to Kanu at the Department of State Services Detention Facility in Abuja. The council, which described itself as an independent and non-sectarian body of Igbo elder statesmen, stated that its latest decision followed a plenary meeting held on the 5th of July of 2025 at La Voleva Hotel in Enugu State. The delegation is expected to visit Kanu on the 18th of July of 2025 and also be present at his next court appearance. This is a massive one coming from these Igbo leaders who are currently planning on visiting Simon on the day of his court hearing in Abuja. Well, this will go a long way in creating more awareness and drawing the attention of the federal government of Nigeria to grant this guy an unconditional release and setting him free in essence. Well, moving on swiftly, something played out in Anambra State, Nigeria, that you have to definitely see at this particular point in time. Well, showing right now on your screen is this event that played out in Anambra just yesterday. It states a man cut off his arm and shanked his girlfriend over cheating allegations. Yes, this article gave us a full clarity, but I will explain. A man invited his girlfriend over to his house to have a good time with him. Yes, he invited his girlfriend, and when the girlfriend arrived at his place, they were having a good time. They had a good time. They ate, they drank, and possibly, based out of some unofficial reports, the man had some substance and he got really, really high. Yes, at the point of the whole conversation, at the point of this whole event, the man suspected that his girlfriend possibly was cheating on him, and the whole conversation escalated. I remember this guy was high, so out of highness, he cut off his arm and shanked his girlfriend, unfortunately. Well, we cannot show you videos and pictures from this incident because it's not fit and proper to be aired on a family channel like this one, but the videos are out there on the internet. But I highly doubt if you really want to watch this or see the videos at this particular point in time. Well, still talking about sad events and unfortunate incidents, something played out in India yesterday, being the 11th of July of 2025. Showing right now on your screen, it's an article coming from Indian Times. It states, father's insecurity and Instagram reels, what led to a tennis player Radhika Yadav's unaliving. Key details. Well, just in case you don't understand what is going on here, a man unalived his daughter because of the content she posted on her Instagram reels. Yes, a man has unalived his daughter because, one, he felt like his daughter was getting money from her profession. Yes, she was a professional tennis player. The man felt like she was making a lot of money, and at the same time, she was making a lot of videos on her Instagram reels, and that is why The man in question, decided to unalive his daughter as we speak. This man has been arrested by the Indian police and is going to face the full wrath of the law. Investigations are ongoing at this particular point in time because the police are still trying to ascertain the reasons behind that incident in the country. This is a sad one. Well, moving on swiftly. Enough of sad stories. Let's look at some good news coming out from the southeastern region of Nigeria. On the 29th of August of 2025, a movie that was written and shot by an Igbo man will be aired on cinemas and other streaming platforms in and around the country. Well, showing right now on your screen is the thumbnail of this movie, and this movie is titled The Serpent Gift. This movie was written and directed by a lady known as Winifred Nkiruka Mena. Showing right now on your screen, it's an article coming from Igbo History and Facts. It states, a new movie alert. Winifred Nkiruka Mene, Ajakpovi, and Kayode Kasum present a gripping new Nollywood mystery drama titled Serpent's Gift. This article also went a step further to give us full clarity about this movie and how it's going to become a blockbuster in the Nigerian's movie section. Well, you can pause this particular part of the video to read up and understand so you can get full info while we anticipate the release of this movie by the August 29th of this said year. Anyways, moving on swiftly, the government of Ghana has done something that Bola Ahmed Tinubu and other African countries have been so scared on doing in the past couple of months since Donald Trump became the president of the most powerful nation of the world. Yes, the government of Ghana has pulled up a magnificent feat to tackle all the travel restrictions being placed or being implemented by the government of the USA headed by Donald Trump. Over the past couple of days and months, Donald Trump has been placing restrictions on African countries, Nigeria, Cameroon, Ethiopia, Ghana inclusive. But as we speak, the government of Ghana said that if you guys don't take down these restrictions we've placed on our countries and our countrymen, we are going to reciprocate. Showing right now on your screen, it's an article coming from the Cable where it states, Ghana kicks against US visa restrictions, cites reciprocal imbalance. The article gave us a full clarity where it states, the Ghanaian government has kicked against the USA decisions to impose non-immigrant visa restrictions on its nationals. On Thursday, the U.S. Department of State announced that Ghanaian applicants for business, tourism, and student visas will now receive single-entry visas valid for 3 months. Under the new rule, diplomatic categories are exempted, while K3 and K4 family-based visas will retain multiple entry validity for up to 24 months. However, in a statement dated on the 10th of July of 2025, Ghana's Ministry of Foreign Affairs said the restrictions differ from what American nationals enjoy in the country. The ministry described the new policy as substantial variance from the reciprocal visa arrangements between both countries. The ministry acknowledged the legitimate concerns of Ghanaian travelers to the United States of America for professional, business, educational, touristic, medical, and family purposes, and expresses its firm solidarity with all those inconvenienced. The statement reads, so as you can clearly see, the government of Ghana have sent a clear and distinctive statement to the government of the USA, telling them that, see, these restrictions are too much. If you don't do something about it, your citizens enjoy express visa to our countries, and we can do the same for your citizens to balance the equation. This is a nice one coming from the government of Ghana, because Nigeria, over the past couple of months, have received restrictions from all parts of the world, from Benin, UAE, USA, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, and the government will just fold their hands and keep quiet. You have to place your own restrictions if other countries of the world do the same for your country. Yes, if they tell you that you can't come to your country, you ban their own citizens from coming to your country. That's the way it should work, and it's not so difficult. But the presidency so far has kept quiet. Restrictions are placed on your country, people. You sit back there, and because you are on a diplomatic visa and passport, it doesn't concern you. It doesn't bother you at all. We need to sit up and place restrictions too on other countries of the world who tend to mess with Nigerian citizens. We're moving on swiftly. The current and the sitting governor of Anambra State has done something that will definitely shake the world. Yes, this guy has pulled up a magnificent construction project, which is looking good as it stands. Well, showing right now on your screen, it's a project executed by the governor of Anambra State. This is a 68-kilometer Oka Agulu to Uga Road dualization project that is currently ongoing and completed on the Anambra side. This is massive. Yes, as you can clearly see, these roads are now looking very good, extremely nice for all forms of transportation. But then we had to do some quick research to understand the scope of this project. We're showing right now on your screens every single thing you need to know and understand. This article reads project scope and rationale. The route, the trunk. A federal highway links Awka, Anambra State capital, to Uga and extends into Imo State up to Akokwa, traversing by key towns in Agulu, Nanka, and Ikulobia. The length. Realization covers 34 kilometers. Anambra is responsible for 30 kilometers, while the federal government funds the remaining 4 kilometers into Imo State. Cost. Budgeted at approximately 60 billion naira. Timeline expected to finish in 12 months from contractor mobilization. This is a massive one, and this project is looking very, very good as we speak. Kudos to every individual involved in this project in Anambra State. Kudos to Charles Soludo, and kudos to the contractors who carried out this project excellently. Anyways, before we take a look at our next update that we have for you in this video briefing, if you find our videos interesting, please do well to subscribe and turn on post notifications so that you'll be notified whenever we have a new video just like this one. So subscribe and turn on post notifications. Thank you. Anyways, moving on swiftly, we received a surprising news and update coming from Garba Shehu regarding a lie he made up back in 2017 or thereabouts. Well, for better understanding, take a look at this article coming from the Vanguard newspaper, where it states, Villa Rat's invasion story used to deflect Buhari's illness. This statement is coming from Garba Shehu. So what is the context of this article? Well, take a look at this. Garba Shehu, the former special assistant on the media and publicity to ex-president Muhammadu Buhari, has admitted that the widely publicized story about rats invading the presidential villa in 2017 was a fabrication intended to divert public attention from concerns over Buhari's health. In his new book, according to the president, Lessons from a Presidential Spokesperson Experience, which was launched on Tuesday in Abuja, Shehu revealed that the story was a deliberate spin to shift focus from the mounting speculation about the president's medical condition and ability to govern. Well, showing right now on your screen is the article coming from 2017, August 23rd of 2017, where Garba Shehu, the former spokesperson of Buhari, lied to the whole federation. This is the article coming from that day and time. This man is coming up today to tell Nigerians that he lied to us back in 2017 about the incident where he claims that a rodent has invaded the Aso Rock premises. He used that as a statement to divert attentions away from Buhari's health. Wow, this is interesting. This is the lifestyle, this is the method of a regular Nigerian politician. They lie to the populace and come back years later, put that same lie in a book and sell it to Nigerians. Interesting days. Well, moving on swiftly, let's take a look at our last update. The reason why this video was made in the first place. Well, as we speak, sometime back, during the trial of Simon in the Paijahami District Court, the prosecuting lawyer asked him some questions that we did not record, questions that wasn't exposed in the court transcript. But today, being the 12th of July, we have these questions and we're going to showcase it to you and show you Simon's responses. Yes. So the prosecuting judge asked Simon to explain the reasons why he used his Twitter page to showcase gruesome videos and pictures coming from the southeastern region of Nigeria. Well, just in case you don't understand, the prosecuting lawyer was asking Simon to give him reasons why his Twitter page has been used as a means to showcase videos of unaliving of citizens from the southeast region of Nigeria. And the responses coming from Simon will definitely blow your mind. Well, take a look at this article showing right now on your screen and pay attention to the second paragraph. He was asked to give reasons why his Twitter page has become a tool to showcase unaliving by the Nigerian military. He states, I started streaming and posting videos and pictures of this brutal unaliving on social media. I wanted to draw attention in the international community to what had happened to Biafrans. The idea of Biafran region becoming independent was born when I heard about the unaliving of these three women. The prosecutor asked why no one else in the government in exile, such as doctors or professors, shared photos or videos. Simon said, if you want to publish this kind of material on YouTube, your account will be closed. The only possibility is X. But these people don't have an international audience like I do. I wouldn't say that I was taken advantage of. I believe that my actions have been a service to humanity. These are the statements coming from Simon when he was asked about his Twitter page and the pictures he often posts on there. He claimed that he was trying to publicize and bring the attention of the international world to the incidents and actions in the southeast region of Nigeria. After making that statement, the prosecuting lawyer did not ask any other follow-up questions, and that is where the whole questioning ended. Well, as you can see, Simon responded accurately. He gave reasons why he posts videos. He gave reasons why his Twitter page has now become a point for showcasing videos and pictures. Anyways, moving on swiftly, something is currently happening within the USB government that will definitely send a lot of shockwaves into the hearts and minds of many officers in Finland. As we speak, the USB government are planning on filing a lawsuit regarding the way and manner some USB citizens get treated by the Finnish police. Well, in a video released by 2 p.m. today, about 5 hours ago, we clearly showcased every single thing that you need to know and understand, and why Nkosi Araboise wants to really file a lawsuit in the ICJ to indict the government of Finland. Well, just in case you missed that video released by 2 p.m. of today, and just in case you want to watch it right now, we have that video showing right now on your screen. So click on this video to watch and understand. Click on this particular video, and I'll see you on the other side. Thanks for watching.